with so much to discuss. Joining us is NBC military analyst, retired four-star Army General Barry McCaffrey. General, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Yeah, good to be with you, George.
First, your reaction just to the president's Middle East tour.
Well, look, on one level, it's good. We have to engage with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE. They're phenomenally wealthy, important in the oil industry. We had to get beyond this vile, brutal murder of Khashoggi, a U.S. resident and Washington Post reporter. So engagement with those countries is the right thing to do. He also met with the acting former al-Qaeda terrorist, now in charge in Syria, and opened the door to resumption of, to lifting economic sanctions. I think that's all good. The part that's concerning to most people is an era of corruption and private family business that accompanies U.S. diplomacy. An 80-floor Dubai Trump Tower, his two sons, his son-in-law are all engaged in business dealings in the Middle East. So the whiff of lawlessness, capped by this $400 million aircraft, the Palace in the Skies, that Mr. Trump wants to use as Air Force One. It'll have hundreds of bugs in it. There's no way to sort out the security of it. By the way, it's been on sale for 5 years. They didn't want it, so it would be allegedly as much as $1 billion to outfit it as Air Force One. So it's a bizarre traveling circus of business and some diplomacy.
And as you have heard from both sides, there's a lot of pushback to even the idea of the president accepting this plane from Qatar. Explain the many, many reasons why it is very unlikely that it would happen. And I want a reaction to some of the accusations on the other side. But first, it's not going to happen, is it?
I don't know. With Trump, almost anything's possible. Look, I taught American government at college level for 5 years. We have the shortest and the oldest written constitution on the face of the earth. And it clearly says you can't accept gifts, not as the President of the United States, not as a two-star general. If somebody gave me a $100 plaque, I'd have to turn it back over to the government. It's an outrageous, obvious bribe to hold sway with the administration by Qatar. So it should not happen. It's a clear constitutional violation, and it's a stupid move for Air Force One.
The president, over these past couple of days, has signed this $200 billion deal with Qatar, $142 billion deal, an arms deal with Saudi Arabia. Both countries, as you mentioned, have enriched the Trump family with real estate deals, financial funding of his son-in-law's company, and more. Some are calling the president's approach transactional and effective. Others are calling it blatant corruption being done right out in the open. Your thoughts?
Well, it's a combination of two. For one thing, it clearly is. He's the head merchant for United States business. And I think a lot of people applaud that. Having him endorse these multi-billion-dollar deals on aircraft and weapons is probably a good thing. It's the notion that it looks as if the U.S. is up for sale. By the way, personal character, this whole notion of him admiring in sort of an embarrassing way the luxury, the gold. He calls the Emir of Qatar and MBS in Saudi Arabia handsome men. God, what is going on? This is not U.S. diplomacy. Why isn't he in Japan or European Union or the two most important countries to the United States and the world, Canada #1 and Mexico #2?
What do you think is the immediate impact of what some have suggested is the president's disregard for the rule of law? The idea that he could accept this plane, clearly it's against the Constitution, him wanting to put a hold or not even consider habeas corpus, the right to due process. What does his appearance of a disregard for the rules of law on the books tell us? What should we take from it? What do you think Americans need to understand about what's at stake?
You know, I personally believe always been a glass half full kind of person. We've had problems in the past with the U.S. government, corruption, incompetence, wrong war, wrong time. All that's it's an imperfect world. We've never seen anything like this. Basically, Mr. Trump is ruling by decree. He seems to be ignoring Article 1 of the Constitution, that Congress controls the money, that the Senate controls who is allowed to serve as an officer in the government. He is issuing these executive orders that in some cases are just immediately at face value illegal. The courts are now standing up to him, thank God, so's the media, and I think the American people are starting to get the notion that this is a lawless regime.
We have so much more to talk about, so we'll have to have you back. We're out of time for now, but General Barry McCaffrey, always grateful for your perspective and your time. Thank you so much.
Good to be with you, Joyce.
We're going to take a break. Back after this.